Every day, I stew 3 stones in an iron pot filled with fresh snow. The full pot barely melts into water, but I keep feeding the flames. I boil it hard until one small bowl remains, then lower the stones. A villager stares. Ross, explain why you're boiling stones in an iron pot. To survive. He laughs at me. You must be stupid from hunger. The others crowd closer. Snow has fallen for months, but there's still no need to cook stones for food. Bubbles rise from the green stones. They are dissolving, exactly as they have for 10 straight days. The fool is muttering about volcanoes and winter. Another villager snickers. Hunger brings hallucinations. Look, he wants to eat stones. Now he's probably waiting for food to fall from the sky. Their mockery continues. This house is no longer safe, so I immediately abandon it for good. He's too foolish even to stay indoors. Come on, let's leave him behind here. Then I notice something terribly wrong next door at Paul's house. A disaster is about to strike. Paul greets me outside. You left your warm fire to wander outside on a freezing day. Paul, enough. Get out of this house immediately. He stops, confused, and glares at me. Paul refuses. It's freezing outside. You want me dead. Nobody leaves this warm house. Another calls me mad. They condemn me as ungrateful for denying Paul shelter after all his care. Ross, your late father was my closest friend. Such rudeness betrays that friendship. A terrible sound cuts him off. Everyone looks up. What is that? Then the roof gives way. The house collapses under the snow. Someone's been crushed. Trent rushes through the wreckage. Father, are you hurt? Please don't frighten me. Answer me. Paul survives. The villagers stare. A perfectly sound house suddenly collapsed. The snowfall keeps worsening. These houses use simple beam frames beneath steadily accumulating snow. Sooner or later, their roofs collapse. To survive, nobody can remain indoors. Nonsense. That old Zhang house failed from age. Nobody survives by freezing in the snow. Anyone who wants to live, follow me now. I turn away from the collapsed ruins. Villagers block Trent. Remember, we watched this fool boil stones for food. Now he abandons a sound house. Follow him, and you're choosing your own certain death. Ross saved father's life. Grand principles mean nothing to me, but your word does. One villager calls us hopeless. A fool's sickness must be contagious. Another agrees immediately. Now there are 2 fools. Let them go. Whatever happens to them is deserved. Their final verdict follows us into the snow. Whatever happens, those fools deserve it. Ross, the Zhang house collapsed. Tell us where we're supposed to live now then. In the snow. Trent balks. In this cold, you truly expect us to live outside all night. Let's use your house briefly. It could collapse any time. Besides, snow shelters are warmer. Trent stares at the drifts. Snow is the coldest thing there is. Living inside it only makes the cold even worse. A villager suspects I've truly lost my mind and considers stopping Trent from following. At the mountainside, I stop. This is the place. Snow everywhere. Nobody can live here. This slope blocks 80% of the wind. Trent, bring tools. Dig halfway up the mountainside, away from low ground and riverbeds. All right, your lead. Behind us, the onlookers expect food, but instead, they watch us begin digging into the snow. One scoffs. After leaving town, they only come here to dig a snow pit. The onlookers sneer. Instead of finding shelter, he digs in this frozen wilderness. Look at him. He's digging his own snow grave ahead of time. One helper warns, keep talking nonsense and I'll tear your mouths apart. I tell him, ignore them, keep digging. A woman's voice interrupts the mockery. What is Ross doing here, and why has he come? The wealthy young suitor addresses her. Anna, my warning was right. This boy cannot repay his debts, so he gives up completely. Look, he cooks stones and digs his own snow grave. Anna's voice follows. This is no different from madness. Ross, pull yourself together. Your parents just died. Even owing Grant money does not justify this. Stop digging your grave. Even if you're shameless, the Liu family still has dignity. Cancel the engagement if I'm embarrassing. Anna blurts, what did you say? What did you say? Before today, I always act submissive around her, doing everything possible to please her. Yet now, I am the one openly demanding that our engagement end. Step back. You're standing in my snow pit. Anna snaps, fine, you said it. This visit ends our engagement. My family only agreed because you seemed scholarly. Now you're so poor that you cook stones and prepare your own funeral. The villagers applaud her. Well said, Miss Anna. This pauper could never deserve such a refined lady. He's merely a toad craving swan meat. Now his foolish dream is shattered. The suitor continues, Ross, do not blame Anna for being heartless. In weather this brutally cold, Zhou's large residence alone can give her genuine warmth now. Do you expect a noble lady like Anna to follow your miserable example? Should she crouch like a stray dog in this pit and die? I cut him off. Are you finished? Enough. Throw over the engagement contract, and then all of you can get lost. Anna bristles. We'll see how long your pride lasts. Ross, you think you're impressive. Clutch this stinking engagement contract and rot inside the snow pit. The crowd erupts. He has gone mad. Completely mad. Anna turns to the wealthy young suitor. Let's go. Another second here feels cursed. He declares, tomorrow, charcoal will reach the Liu family residence. Let this suicidal wastrel freeze stiff in his own pit. The villagers stare after her. Look, Anna truly has ended their engagement. That's our scholar Ross, abandoned here by his own fiancée. He cannot bear living, so he's digging his grave early. Then Grant approaches me. Grant, do you need me? He scoffs. Stop pretending. Your family's debt is due. Your 10-tailed debt is due. That loan saved your gravely ill father. Terms are 9 out, 13 back. Pay today, or your house is mine. You hear me, boy? Hand over the deed now, or don't blame me for getting rough. The crowd gasps. Ross is finished. His fiancée leaves, and now his ancestral residence is gone too. He brought this on himself. He cooks stones daily instead of doing honest work. If he has any sense, he'll beg Grant for several more days. He'll become a wandering ghost without shelter. Grant calls, Ross, kneel and beg. Beg, then sign your life away and labor forever in a forced labor mine. My answer silences them. Fine, the house can be yours, even the land beneath the entire courtyard, I can give it all to you. The villagers reel. What did he just say? My ears must be wrong. He actually gives the house away. What an unfilial son, the villagers cry, condemning my choice on the spot. How can he face his dead parents? Someone scoffs. Grant demands, tell me that's true. Grant presses me, so you won't report my loans to the county office, then trade me something. Before hearing my price, he warns, don't even think of making an outrageous demand. The house leaks everywhere, and that ruined plot isn't worth much. My price catches him off guard. I want coal. Think me your kind of fool? Coal is worth more than gold. Dream on. His mockery misses my target. Who said I want fine coal? I want stone coal and lignite. Stone coal and lignite? The villagers erupt around us. He's mad. Completely mad. Exactly. It barely lights, gives no warmth, stings eyes, and causes endless coughing. Another villager scoffs, trading a house for poisonous rocks. Ross must have gone mad craving stones. Stone coal is only waste from mining fine coal, packed with rocks and impurities. Grant sees an easy victory. Even beggars reject it. This fool knows nothing. Since you want it, consider it yours. Absolutely not, Ross. Don't be foolish. Burning those rocks kills. You're surrendering your inheritance. Paul's desperate warning only draws Grant's contempt. Move aside, old man. Shut up. Who gave you a voice here? Paul still worries, but my decision stands. Paul, trust my judgment. I know what I'm doing. Grant, both deeds for your stone coal and lignite. His answer comes instantly. Good. Quote. The trade stands. Let every villager witness it today, and don't regret this. Prepare both deeds. Without hesitation, I meet his demand. They're ready whenever you are. Grant smirks at me. Phil. Smart boy. Since you love snow pits, accept this pit as your new home. Let's go. Grant leaves while the villagers declare his family line is completely severed. For poisonous rocks no less, he must plan to die in this pit tonight. Come on, don't catch this madman's bad luck. Paul remains behind, grieving over my choice. Ross, you're driving yourself to ruin. Poisonous rocks can never keep anyone warm. Someone demands, explain what those rocks are for. My answer cuts in. Dig. Otherwise, we all freeze into ice statues tonight. At last, the digging is finished. The entrance is finished. Paul stares down at it. It's as deep as a well. Paul cannot understand the design. No one can live here. My answer points him downward. A real snow house starts low. Turn back from the entrance, then dig upward. Paul protests. The entrance sits below the room. Everyone must crawl inside like dogs. That's terribly inconvenient. Exactly. That inconvenience lets everyone live better than anyone else through this snowy apocalypse. Once the shelter is complete, astonishment replaces every complaint. How is this possible? Snow is the world's coldest thing, yet somehow this house feels warm inside. This is much warmer than a wooden house with a burning brazier. The reason is simple. Snow holds 70 to 90% air, and air conducts very little heat. So a snow house insulates several times better than an ordinary house. Trent brings straw and branches as ordered. Everything's here. The low entrance traps him. This entrance is too low. Paul inspects it. Ross, what kind of door is this? It's a mouse hole. A scholar's dignity vanishes once people hear about this. Their ridicule changes nothing. This house stays warm, and that mouse hole deserves half the credit. Paul remains baffled. How can a pit for a door warm the house? What principle is that? Cold air is heavy and warm air is light. Putting the entrance lowest creates a cold line, so drafts cannot enter and heat cannot escape. Paul marvels. Ross, where did you learn such immortal methods? From books. Scholars really are knowledgeable. This is why you should study harder. Look at him. Ross, you're incredible. His father cuts the praise short. Enough, spread the straw down. We'll sleep here tonight. We agree, then Paul cries, good heavens. Ross, you cannot do this. Put the fire out, quickly, at once. Fire melts snow. If this roof falls, all three of us are buried alive. I make them sit down. Don't worry, I have a way. Ross, why make a hole? Can that really let us keep the fire? It's a vent. Fire consumes oxygen and creates carbon monoxide. Without it, we'd suffocate asleep. Oxygen, carbon monoxide, what do those have to do with fire melting snow, Ross? The fire has burned for a while. Look at the snow wall. Dad, look at the wall. This is incredible. Trent points out the change. The snow house hasn't melted after lighting the fire. It actually seems even stronger. Nonsense. Fire melts snow. Burning cannot make it stronger. You must take me for a fool. Heavens, it really has become solid. A layer of ice begins forming across the snow wall. Dad, surely you feel this place getting warmer. I'm almost sweating. Ross, you've done it. This snow house is warmer than our previous home. The only problem is that this fire is too small. I'll add larger firewood. I stop him. No. Add any more and this shelter really will collapse. A small fire slightly melts the snow, but this dome has an arched design. Why? Meltwater runs down the inner wall, then freezes into a hard shell of ice. That shell strengthens the snow house and reflects heat back inside, keeping us warm. But if the fire grows, melting outpaces freezing, then the snow house definitely collapses. What's he saying? Paul admits. Hard to follow, Ross, but convincing. Trust him. Exactly. Listen to Ross. With the matter settled, we eat dry provisions. Tonight, we'll make do inside this snow shelter. At that same moment, the young master scoffs. Those three paupers surely froze solid overnight. Anna, we've come to see that boy off. That fulfills every human obligation. Ross, today you'll show what happens to someone who dares reject this marriage. They reach the strange structure. What is this thing? Isn't it simply a snow grave? It's perfectly round, without even enough space for a cup. Someone cries. Grant truly is a living Buddha. Ah. Ghosts in broad daylight. Something is crawling out of that grave. A figure emerges from the opening. It has a shadow, not a ghost then. That's a living person. Ross, all three of you are alive. Sorry to disappoint you. The young master protests. Nobody survives sleeping outdoors inside an ice cave. Grant dismisses it. That boy only survives through luck. Ross. You're lucky, boy. The things you demanded are here. Now where are the things you owe me? I inspect both deeds. The ancestral residence and land deeds are genuine. Absolutely genuine. Good. Our exchange is settled. I hand them all over. Burn the stones. Go ahead and burn them. Those poisonous stones can smoke living people to death. That brat's luck cannot possibly keep saving him forever this time. Then alarming news arrives. This snow is strange. Every house in the village has collapsed. Hurry back there. The warning stops Grant cold. What did you just say? My house. Hurry back. Move. Grant abandons everything and rushes away immediately. Quickly, return to the city. Check my house and every shop. Hurry. The apocalypse is only beginning. The disaster has barely started showing its true severity. Elsewhere, Grant surveys his residence. Fortunately, building this place cost real gold and silver, unlike those paupers who live in kennels thrown together from rotten wooden planks. A disaster like this should carry off every penniless wretch who cannot afford shelter. The arrogant young master boasts, "See it, Anna? This young master's residence is completely safe, just as promised. Follow this young master. Even if heaven falls, these grand gates guarantee luxury. Compared with that penniless scholar, this is heaven beside earth." Anna readily agrees. Anna is born for such a pampered life. Thankfully, that miserable engagement is broken at last. Elsewhere, a villager wails over the wreckage. Heavens, how can anyone live? It collapsed. It really collapsed. Remember what Ross said days ago when everyone called him mad? This snow is monstrous. Wooden houses cannot withstand it and are no longer habitable. Could his warning be true? Another villager snaps. Nonsense, has a donkey kicked your brain? If that fool predicts the future, why give Grant his ancestral residence for nothing? He trades it for poisonous stones, yet you believe him? The doubter counters, but your house collapsed completely. Even the door frame is gone. Stop mourning. Tonight's cold can freeze people solid, so shelter comes first. With living bodies liable to become ice sculptures, the villagers focus on finding shelter. Grant's huge residence is reportedly untouched. Let's go there and ask for refuge together. The villagers agree and plead at Grant's gates. Grant, show mercy to these suffering people. Every house has collapsed. In this cold, everyone left outside will freeze to death. The homeless villagers now face a night cold enough to kill them. Your residence is enormous, with many empty rooms. Please let everyone stay several days. You paupers, this residence costs real gold and silver. Why should peasants enter and dirty it? Grant calls his servants forward, refusing to let the villagers soil his property. Bring the clubs. Anyone taking another step onto these stairs gets legs broken. Get out. Every one of you, get out. His threat ends the plea. Outside, despair rises. What now? Must everyone freeze to death on the street tonight? Another rumor spreads. Have you heard? Grant visits Ross today and carts an entire load of stone coal there. The others stare. How is that possible? That fool spends last night in a snow hollow without freezing to death. His mountainside snow cave keeps him alive. He knows some secret against cold. Let's go. Let's find Ross. His late father remains remembered as the village's kindest man ever. Ross is young. He cannot dare mistreat elders like us. Believing seniority protects them, they approach my shelter. Strange, this really is piled from snow, yet it feels harder than stone. Incredible, this miserable snow cave actually seems warm. A villager calls inside. Dear nephew, everyone here has always treated you quite generously before, haven't they? Look, every village house has collapsed. The local people have nowhere else to go. This snow house is remarkably well built. It must be spacious inside too. Let us stay a few days. We'll leave when the snow stops. We won't stay for free. I refuse. No, get lost. You ungrateful wretch. We're neighbors, yet you leave us to die. What's so special? It's only broken snow. Do you think it's some immortal treasure? Exactly. Let him enjoy this briefly. Once we build a large house, we'll shovel him to death. Their answer to rejection is a larger shelter and a death threat. Shameless. They curse us, then turn around and copy our snow shelter. Without the core technique, they only copy appearances. Stop watching, come help. Anna notices the door. Why inward? Normal doors open outward. Is this backward? No mistake. This door can only open inward. Why? Her question earns one answer. You'll know when the time comes. A villager shouts, everyone, look. That boy pretends to be capable, yet installs his door backward. What an utter bookworm. I ignore the mockery, grab the tools, follow me up the mountainside. An older villager approaches. Young nephew, why build fences in this fierce wind? To block snow, he objects. Why so far from the shelters? What can these block? The villager, criticizing the windbreak, scoffs. The wind has blown him stupid, building broken fences atop the slope. Anna hesitates. Ross, maybe we should stop. This really is too far from the shelter. Ignore him. Keep working. Elsewhere, a villager boasts, everyone, look, this is a real house. The designer brags, for easy access, this entrance is deliberately wide. Ross only digs a stingy mousehole. These eyes watch his group crawl through it, like dogs. Another villager agrees with the designer. That woman knows best. This entrance is spacious and bright. Cold soon bites them. Damn, why is it so cold? Why doesn't this shelter retain heat? Someone spots the difference. Everyone, look, firelight is shining through Ross's roof. No wonder we're cold. We forget to light a fire. A wary villager intervenes. Don't. Fire melts the snow cave and collapses it. Another villager snaps. Are you blind? Ross's shelter is fine. Our snow is identical, so light it. They light the fire, and the shelter remains standing. Who claims it collapses? That worry is pointless. The new warmth emboldens them. This fire is far too small. It cannot warm us. Add wood, lots more. They pile on firewood until the snow shelter collapses around them. A villager lashes out. Xiaohong, you wretch, your fire nearly crushes me to death. Xiaohong protests. How can anyone know this shelter is so weak? You add wood too. Hurry and patch it. We can only make do tonight. Outside, the wind and snow keep intensifying. Meanwhile, the storm worsens around my shelter. Luckily, I've made preparations today. Elsewhere, a villager wonders, why does Ross's heated shelter stay intact and warm? There must be a great secret. The villager forms a plan. Tomorrow, sneaking inside will reveal everything. At dawn, one survivor celebrates. Thank heaven, still alive, not frozen to death. We survive. Even after one collapse, patching this lousy shelter somehow makes it warm against the cold. Wonderful, this winter, we're saved. What's wrong? The door is frozen. Help push together. They brace themselves against the entrance. 1, 2, push. The door holds firm. Move aside, let me kick it, we're finished. Elsewhere, the villagers shove together. But the door will not budge. The snow outside must be blocking it completely. We're buried alive in the snow now, and this is all your fault. You insist on building our snow shelter on the mountainside's sheltered side, here. The wind cannot reach us, but this side collects all the falling snow. Last night's heavy snow piles overhead. Ross builds here first, so this shelter follows. His accuser snaps. You still dare mention Ross? Now we're all buried alive here. A third voice cuts in. Enough. Stop arguing or we suffocate in this tomb. Anyone wanting to die, shut up. Smash the door and use shovels. Dig outward until we carve ourselves a way to survive. Outside, bitter cold grips us. One companion cries, Ross, look over there. Every one of yesterday's huge snow shelters has completely vanished beneath the snow. Everyone is buried until the whole mountainside looks perfectly flat. Now, I understand. At last, I finally understand yesterday's firm insistence that our door must open inward. An outward opening door gets pinned solid as soon as snow piles against it. Only pulling it inward lets us dig out a path to survival. I nod. Exactly. Ross, the principle makes sense, but our shelter stands on the same leeward side. Why does our snow miss the threshold, while theirs buries everything completely flat? A younger villager suddenly points upward. Dad, look at the top of the mountainside. So that's it. Now everything makes sense. That fence changes the wind's fluid dynamics. It forces the snow to fall early at the top of the mountainside. That protects our shelter from burial, while the resulting snow wall blocks the fiercer, freezing wind. Ross, you're incredible. A scholar's mind really does work wonders out here. The villager mocking your effort yesterday is the real blind fool all along. She is a blind fool. Elsewhere, a shovel breaks through. We've dug out. We're through. Heavens, the snow is so deep. Together, our numbers finally get us out. Otherwise, everyone dies inside. Friends, even we get buried this badly under all that snow. Ross's little den must be buried even deeper. With only 3 people, they can never dig out. A neighbor catches the implication. So we pretend to help dig them free. Once rescued, Ross will owe us. Then we invent an excuse to enter his shelter and discover the great secret hidden inside. Once we steal the secret, nobody here needs to freeze again. The crowd agrees. Brilliant, let's go. At my shelter, the villagers stare at what lies before them. Unbelievable. Are the heavens blind, dumping every bit of snow only before our doors? Yet not a single snowflake touches his side. The scholar has piled so much dirt by his door. Is he farming in this frozen wasteland? Laughter erupts. Ross, planting crops in that mud? Another joins the ridicule. By next spring, even your corpse rots away into nothing. Ross, what are you digging all this mud for? I answer simply, for fuel. Fuel. Fuel, they echo. Heavens, he's completely mad. Since when can anyone burn mud for fuel anyway? If mud burns, then today this whole iron shovel gets swallowed down completely. Come on, let's go. Nobody stay beside this fool or his stupidity might rub off on us. The villagers retreat laughing. Burning mud for fuel? That is an absurdity unheard of through all the ages. An older villager speaks up after overhearing everything. Ross, the nearby firewood, is picked clean. Paul doubts me. You cannot really mean to dig up mud and burn it? Exactly, we use mud. Everyone scoffs. If mud catches fire, the sun itself must rise in the west. Suspicion replaces laughter. Could something strange be hidden inside this soil? They inspect it closely. Nothing strange, only an earthy smell. Can this stuff truly burn? Their doubt remains. The work must change first. Trent, stop for now. Follow the pattern I drew. Dig exactly 1 zang downward, neither deeper nor shallower. Every passage must remain completely unobstructed. Trent studies the design. Aren't we only digging a pit to collect some mud? His finger follows my lines. What is this winding thing you drew across the ground? It twists like an underground maze. Isn't digging all this far too troublesome? Paul joins the confusion. Are you building a maze to trap someone, perhaps the underground rats? Rats do not interest me. Digging this structure makes the house much warmer. They stare. How can digging a maze make anything warmer? Doubt changes nothing. Start digging. Fine, begin the work. Once everything is finished, you will understand exactly why. Paul recoils from the poisonous stones. You are mad. One winter a village family burns these for warmth. By morning all 3 lie stiff from fumes. His warning is serious, but the danger has an answer. Paul, rest assured. In its present state, this material obviously cannot burn safely. Crushing poisonous stone still leaves poisonous stone. This absolutely cannot be burned. Paul refuses to yield. He watches the stones enter water. Do you think washing them somehow removes the poison? The very idea sounds impossible to him. How could any stone possibly be washed clean? The answer lies in density. Coal is lighter, while stone is considerably heavier. The better refined coal residue floats above, while the pure stones releasing poisonous gas sink below. The separation finishes before their eyes. How can anyone still call this poisonous stone? Paul stares at the floating material. This is all genuine pure black coal. Incredible. Astonishment replaces fear. You truly wash those poisonous stones and turn them into good coal. Then mud enters the mixture. Paul panics. Stop, we only just washed this black coal clean. Why immediately stir that stinking mud back into it? Now everything is ruined. The mixture thickens. With mud inside, hasn't it become another useless pile of earthen lumps? His mistake is simple. Paul, I already said that what we burn is coal mixed with mud. Combine them with water in an exact ratio of 6 parts, coal to 4 parts, mud, forming compact balls. Paul cries out. Another ingredient catches his eye. What precious thing is this pile of snow-white powder? Why add it inside those mud shells? Curiosity turns dangerous. Taste it if you want to die. This is quicklime. Water activates it, and it can burn your tongue into rotten flesh. Inferior coal contains sulfides that release highly poisonous sulfur dioxide gas while burning. At high temperatures, that gas reacts with quicklime and forms calcium sulfate, trapping the poison solidly inside the remaining ash. Paul cannot follow. What calcium? What sulfate? What are those things? Mud cannot burn, but it supports the coal dust. It forms the coal powder's framework and provides an excellent way to regulate moisture. That makes the coal release heat slowly and steadily, carrying us through the long, brutally cold winter nights. More work puzzles them. What are these holes for? They exploit the chimney effect from fluid mechanics. The The holes greatly increase contact between coal and oxygen, letting every fragment inside the mud burn fully. Paul examines the black perforated lump. After adding so much mud, can this truly catch fire? The finished shape rests before us. It can. This is the earliest form of honeycomb coal. It does more than burn. This winter, it becomes a priceless treasure for us all. Ross, the underground maze from your plans is finished, every passage dug exactly as drawn. Trent points at the black lump in my hand. What is that? Can it be eaten? Perfect timing. Bring everything inside. We are testing your maze right now. Inside, Paul stares into the depths. Good heavens, Ross, what is this place? Why is it dug so deep? Are we living in a mud pit? My answer is simple. Soil is one of nature's finest insulators. 3 to 5 meters down, this chamber passes beneath the frozen layer of earth. Paul looks baffled. Ross, what are you muttering again? Not a single word makes sense. At this depth, the extreme surface cold no longer affects the soil's temperature. It remains around 10 to 15 degrees year-round. This is called geothermal heat. Paul recoils. What monster is this? My answer follows. Direct fires waste over 90%. Using an underfloor heating principle, my maze flues drag combustion's hot air underground through repeated turns instead of letting it escape. Their high heat capacity lets the soil and stones absorb and fiercely store that heat. Even after the fire dies, this bed stays warm all day. Paul falters. Heat, what? Specific heat. Understanding it does not matter, it only has to work. The coal catches, and Paul yelps, it really burns. What poisonous stone is this? Ross, are you burning our bed with poisonous stones? His alarm rises, but my voice stays calm. Relax and look closely. There truly is no smoke. A closer inspection finds no smoke, and not even the slightest choking odor. No smoke, and it is scorching hot. With these black lumps, we will never fear running out of fire this winter. How can poisonous stone, mud, and lime produce such an excellent fire? The fine fire amazes everyone, but Paul suddenly turns. Trent, what is wrong? Are you feeling unwell? Trent beckons him. Dad, come sit here. Just sit down, and you will understand. This is simply paradise on earth. Good heavens, Ross, you truly are an immortal come down to earth. Not even in dreams could anyone imagine a mud maze bed being this warm. From now on, we never have to fear freezing through bitter winter nights again. Elsewhere, villagers shiver. We are freezing, and every nearby stick is already gone. How can we survive the hard winter ahead? Someone eyes the remaining wood. Such fine firewood. Such excellent firewood rightfully keeps an old man alive through the winter. You old bastard, stealing that wood means stealing someone's life. Give it back. A violent sound interrupts their struggle. What? What is that? An avalanche. The snow collapses around them. A villager curses, damn this. Elsewhere in the wilderness, an attendant curses, this filthy weather leaves disgusting blood everywhere. Not even a frozen ant is visible. Miss, where can we possibly find food? Why not turn back? Anna rejects the suggestion immediately. Go back? Who would choose this suffering? The city has no grain, and our cellar is nearly empty. Must everyone starve there? Even the Liu family's heiress must search for food. Yet she must grub for food like a peasant. Her attendant ventures, Miss, why not ask that man? Treat him pleasantly, and he will surely spare us something to eat. Back with me, a villager scoffs. What kind of conduct is this, making such a fuss? Then he turns toward me. Ross, yesterday's avalanche has already brought down half the mountain. Why come all this way? What exactly are we digging? Meat. Meat? How can meat possibly grow underground? Are you sure this isn't a mistake? Even craving meat until our eyes turn green, how can it grow here? There, I announce. What are you doing? You really dug up meat. Look, what kind of meat is this? It really is meat. We finally have meat to eat. Months pass without a single bite. Remember geothermal heat? However cold the surface gets, its temperature stays constant. The lowest snow layer melts against the soil, staying around 0 degrees. That creates a pocketed microclimate where forest rabbits eat grass seeds and roots. So there are more wild rabbits hiding beneath this snow? Exactly. My companion surges forward. One rabbit could never be enough to eat. Today, we are clearing out every rabbit in that nest below. Or, found them. Ross, look down there. What is that? There is something with incredibly fine, delicate skin. No local farmwife has skin like that. Could it be a ghost? I recognize an avalanche victim. Save her first. All right. Save me. The buried woman's plea reaches us from beneath the snow. Ross, isn't this Anna? How does she end up buried in the snow? She likely meets yesterday's avalanche while entering the mountains. What now? She publicly breaks your engagement and humiliates you before everyone. I make the decision. Since we find her here, we take her home for treatment. Later, Anna wakes inside my shelter. Is this the underworld? Does this mean death? So young, with death already here? No, this is unbearable. Why is the underworld so warm? Even the ground beneath me feels heated. Awake? I ask. Anna blurts. Why are you here too? Could this be my home? Of course I am here. This is my home. Anna asks. Isn't this the underworld? Still alive? How is that possible? This filthy earthen snow cave is several times warmer than the Lu estate. Then Anna notices the rabbit. Meat? Even officials and nobles in the nearby city are nearly out of food. How can he possibly still have a fat rabbit to eat? 7 whole days pass without even the smell of meat. She remembers my former devotion and expects one pleasant look to secure the rabbit. Brother Ross, there hasn't been a single bite of food for days. Could you share a little meat? I refuse. 1 rabbit isn't enough for us. My helper blurts, we're doomed. Ross always gives this woman everything, holding nothing of himself back. One coy plea from that temptress and the fat rabbit is surely gone. No. There's only 1 rabbit and we barely have enough ourselves. None of it is for you. That's exactly right. Let that vixen starve. My helper openly celebrates my refusal. Anna challenges my refusal. You really intend to turn me away? I can offer 1 cup of hot water. Drink it, then leave. We cannot shelter this many people here. What? Trent snaps. Leave, quickly. How can you be so heartless? Anna protests. I remain unmoved. Don't flatter yourself. From the moment you throw away our marriage pact, no relationship exists between us. She calls my name. Anna lashes out. What are you but a penniless failure from a ruined family? This filthy, stinking pit suits a rat who only hides underground. While you struggle in mud, the Lu family mansion will feed me lavishly. Beg on your knees, you still won't receive a grain of rice. Trent bristles. Ungrateful woman, we saved your life. Not 1 word of thanks, yet you arrogantly insult him. Trent fumes. Let her go. I send Trent away. Go bring Paul here. The wild rabbit is cooked perfectly. We'll eat meat. Away from us, Anna curses. This cold is killing me. That damned scholar merely gets lucky. He only finds a rabbit. Who needs even 1 bite of his food? Elsewhere, a man wails. My wife is buried. My home and children are gone. Another survivor cries. Is the missing man buried too? Then someone spots Anna. Anna, you're alive. A survivor turns to the arrogant young master. Is your large residence still safe? Damn heaven, my residence is buried too. The young master curses his loss. The entire city stands against the mountain. When its snow collapses, nobody escapes. He survives because he is outside. Even the Ma family household is gone. Dig faster, the young master orders. Have none of you eaten, you useless fools? My grain and silver are all in the cellar below. Dig faster. Even Grant's home is buried, an onlooker asks. It isn't spared either, a desperate villager turns to Gavin. Please show mercy. Save them. My old father is still beneath the snow, the villager cries. All of you, shut up, Gavin orders. Stop immediately, no more digging. Anyone who dares to move even 1 more inch of snow will be executed immediately. Gavin, every bit of my fortune is still buried underneath, Grant protests. What right have you to stop me digging? Other survivors join him. Exactly, sir. My whole family is under that snow. Those are living human lives. Without digging through the snow, what will we eat? How can we survive? Living human lives? All you utter fools, raise your own heads and look above you. Look at that enormous overhang. More digging will bury every one of us. Someone shrieks, we'll all die here, without even a burial place. Good heavens, we cannot dig. Absolutely not, one terrified survivor cries. No more. Nobody wants to die here. That mass of snow could collapse at any moment. This county is completely ruined, Gavin declares. Those who want to live, follow me. The crowd starts moving. Anna, don't stand there. Hurry, someone urges. Then Gavin decides, this is the place. Everyone, listen, Gavin commands. We build houses here and establish a camp. Once this snowstorm passes and the snow melts, we'll return and plan carefully. Elsewhere, a villager protests, Sir, every tree is gone. What can we build with? Others join him. Without wood, what can anyone do in this frozen wilderness? They shudder. 1 night outdoors, and every one of us becomes an ice statue. Gavin admits, even the cleverest cook needs rice. Without timber, this official cannot possibly conjure houses for you. Anna offers, perhaps wood is unnecessary. We can build snow houses like Ross's shelter. A villager scoffs, absurd. Anna, Lu girl, has the cold, frozen your wits solid. He gestures at the snow. Ice surrounds such a house on every side. Are you trying to die faster? Other villagers agree. How can snow shelter anyone? Anna counters, snow houses do not kill. She has just left Ross's shelter. The arrogant young master bristles. Anna, a lone man and woman under one roof together? What are you doing inside that pauper's house? Anna claims the snow traps her. That hypocrite digs me out, then tries taking advantage. Fortunately, he fails. Fighting with everything she has, Anna escapes his clutches. The crowd turns furious. That Ross is vile. Exploiting someone in danger is truly utterly beyond all contempt. Yet the accusation turns around. His scheme backfires and his shelter's astonishing secret is exposed. What secret? Someone demands. Anna reveals his house only appears to be snow. Inside, there is no snow at all, only a mud pit extending more than 1 zhong deep beneath frozen ground. Light a fire in that pit, and the underground chamber becomes warm as a stove. Doubt spreads. A mud pit in frozen weather? Would that not become an ice cellar? Anna may be right. Something from winter returns to one villager's mind. While digging roots and wild vegetables, the top snow gives way to deeper soil. That soil never freezes. It even feels warm. Gavin reaches a decision. Good. Snow becomes our walls. Dig downward and make underground shelters. Everyone, start immediately. Watching them work, Anna gloats. Ross, keep guarding that miserable mud pit like treasure. Now your secret belongs to everyone. Their shelter will surpass your pit 100-fold. They will raise a magnificent underground palace beneath the snow. Trent points. Ross, look at them. They are copying our mud pit snow shelter. Shameless. They cannot copy it, I explain. Even together, they cannot dig nearly that deep now. Trent stares. Why? They have so many people, and their ground matches ours exactly. Because today's snow is different from the snow we built through earlier. He blinks. Snow can be different? What is different about it? From the camp, an excavator suddenly shouts, we found soil. Sir, we finally reached Earth. Gavin rallies them. Good. Hope of survival is here. Keep digging. Carve out a mud pit 1 full zhang deep right here tonight. Then tonight, everyone sleeps warmly on a heated bed. A worker suddenly cries out. My hand. Sir, this soil is strange. No matter how hard we strike, it will not budge. That cannot be right. Ross has only 3 people, so how does his group dig more than 1 zong down? Gavin abandons the attempt. Stop digging. Pass this official's order to everyone immediately. Build temporary snow houses first. Shelter from the wind until conditions change. Strange. Their entire crowd cannot penetrate even 1 inch of earth. Why is this happening? The answer is simple. Our timing is wrong for digging. When we begin digging, the soil beneath us is not completely frozen yet. Then the extreme storm and high-pressure snow conduct bitter cold deep into the ground. The moisture crystallizes, turning the whole patch into permafrost. Ross, you win. For life, your side is where this follower belongs. Elsewhere, resentment boils inside the crowded icy shelter. The heiress fumes. Why is the scholar warm while we freeze inside this icy coffin? A noble daughter now huddles among villagers, trapped in an icy coffin awaiting death. This cannot end here. Then someone spots nearby supplies and immediately lunges. Hand those over. They're mine. Another villager shoves back. Nonsense. Those came from beneath the snow outside. Stop. Both of you stop. Gavin arrives and the brawlers immediately appeal to him for judgment. He wants the food, the other snaps. Liar. That was personally dug up beyond the city gate. The official dismisses it. A broken tobacco cake isn't worth dying over. Split it equally. No, food is impossible to find. Split it and both owners will starve. Agreement ripples through the crowd. There's nothing to eat. Something hot would help. The craving hangs over everyone until the rescued heiress steps before all the villagers. She gathers her nerve. Fellow villagers, there is a way for everyone to eat well. Hope surges instantly. Anna, tell us what method can possibly feed everyone here. Speak. Hunger is maddening, the heiress begins. The method requires borrowing one thing first. She faces Gavin. The needed object belongs to you. He asks, what is it? Her answer lands plainly. Gavin, this requires the official robe you're wearing right now. A robe cannot produce meat. Confusion spreads. Exactly. Anna, explain the reasoning quickly. We're starving. Anna, stop circling. The official raises the stakes. Bring food, and official merit follows immediately. Her promised answer comes. While trapped inside, rabbits were roasting openly before me. Then, by accident, their secret method for catching rabbits endlessly reached my ears. The crowd erupts. Rabbits can really be caught endlessly? Every face turns toward Gavin. My lord, as county official, order the scholar to surrender his rabbit-catching method immediately. The possibility electrifies them. Yes, once he yields it, everyone here is saved. Villagers kneel around the official. Please intervene. With your authority, he cannot defy you. The official eyes the dwindling provisions. Continue like this, and even this official starves. Their numbers embolden him. That boy cannot refuse us. Everyone, rise at once. No official can watch subjects starve. Ross will personally surrender that hunting method today. The villagers cheer the official's wisdom, but one voice suddenly cuts through. Wait! Ross is like a stone in a cesspit, foul and unyielding. Weapons rise. Bring every tool and stand behind Gavin. If Ross rejects persuasion, force will answer. If he withholds the method, everyone fights him for it. The heiress remembers how the scholar always wears that lofty, detestable expression on his face. She thinks, that lofty-faced scholar will finally submit obediently this time. If that boy refuses, our numbers will seize his snow house by force. Outside the snow house, the official still imagines taking it as his residence. Outside the entrance, the official bellows, the county magistrate is here. Scholar, come out immediately and receive him with proper respect. I step out calmly. Gavin, why bring this crowd to surround my home? Gavin orders. With disaster here and food exhausted, teach rabbit catching to save everyone. My challenge is immediate. There's no reason to tell you. This rabbit catching method is mine. I face the crowd. You have plenty of people. Catch rabbits through your own ability then. A man snarls at Trent. You little brat. You must be tired of living. The county official intervenes. Enough. Someone could die. Let me handle this. Ross, answer my question. Gavin blocks my refusal. Hand it over, unless you want everyone here starving to death slowly. The crowd agrees. Ross wants every wild rabbit for himself. How utterly selfish. Another voice condemns me. Selfish bastard, refuse and we tear down his house. Anna savors my worsening plight. Ross, bow your head and surrender obediently now. The worse you suffer, the happier this young lady feels inside. Gavin ends all restraint. Still refusing? Do not blame this official when blades have no eyes. Men seize him dead or alive. I halt them. Wait, I'll tell you. Trent protests. You can't tell them, Ross. They deserve nothing. Gavin cuts in. Sensible boy, hand over the method. I hold out a page. The method is written there. Read it yourself now. Gavin takes it. Try any trick and this official returns to skin you. Men, leave. Mockery follows from Anna. Ross, so much for those hard bones, they bend quite easily. So even you know how to bow and surrender. Trent's anger erupts. Fool, even risking our lives beats giving away the method to them for free. I refuse. Risking lives over several rabbits isn't worth it. Let them eat. Meat only makes them hungrier. Trent stares. How can eating meat make anyone hungrier? Elsewhere, villagers cheer. Another one. Another rabbit lands in our trap. Heavens, look. That kid's method is incredible. Back with us, Trent complains. We should catch more rabbits, not gather rotten bones. Not even dogs will eat this stuff. My answer is blunt, to keep us from starving. Trent points at them. There isn't one scrap of meat. Eating only bones truly starves us. The arrogant young master calls. Anna, look. That's our great benefactor Ross over there. Anna studies me. Young master, Ross certainly is clever, yet something makes no sense. A clever man ignores rabbits and scavenges rotten bones like a dog instead. The young master addresses me. Ross, smell that meat aroma. Surely you want some? His taunt continues. This young master is in a generous mood today, so take this bone as your reward. He presses the insult. Lick every trace clean and do not disappoint this young master's gracious gift to you. Trent bristles beside me. This is too much. That rabbit catching method is yours. They only have it because of you. Trent notices my search. What's the treasure? Something that can save lives. He examines the bundle. These are only leaves. Explain how they can possibly save lives. You'll understand later. Come quickly and help rub every pine needle clean for me. Another villager arrives. Well, isn't this young Ross? Perfectly good rabbits are waiting, yet you stay here digging leaves instead. Your attempt to hoard rabbits earns the punishment of eating leaves now. Their mockery gets one answer from me. Laugh then. You had better hope you can still laugh later. Paul eyes the bone broth. How can scraps boiled in water keep anyone full? Another villager protests. This leaf water is bitter and astringent. Who can drink it? I explain. This bone broth provides critically important long-chain saturated fats and collagen. This pine needle water is rich in vitamin C and prevents scurvy. Eating only rabbit meat, we cannot survive 2 weeks. We will starve. Eating only meat means starvation. Drink this if you want to live. Paul finally accepts that meat alone only ends in starvation. At last, he gives in. Fine, your uncle will listen to you. Elsewhere, hunger tears through those who rejected my warning. One of them groans. Why does this hunger remain after eating so much meat? The arrogant young master refuses to accept what the gnawing hunger means. This young master has plenty of meat. How could this young master possibly starve? But his starving body immediately proves the arrogant boast hollow. The county official recoils in shock. A tooth? How can this official lose a tooth? Ross must know. He orders his men, quickly, go find Ross. Ahead, Trent recognizes their camp. Those people are there. We should go around. They have so much fish and meat. How are they starving like this? I recognize the cause. This is not possession, it is rabbit starvation. When people eat only lean meat, like rabbit, for too long, they lack fat. The liver becomes overloaded trying to produce urea. Trent points to the blood. Then why are they bleeding so much? I explain, without enough vitamin C, blood vessels become fragile, causing bleeding gums and even ruptured internal organs. Trent recognizes what this means. Without you, my father and this son of his would have shared their fate. This life is yours from now on. I pull him upright. We should save those who have not stopped breathing yet. Trent protests. These ingrates bullied us and even tried to steal our home. Why save them? Because we will soon need more manpower. The survivors admit, we were blind to your greatness before. Thank you for saving our lives. They declare, from now on, you are the parents who gave us a second life. The bloody disaster ends, and the old order now lies completely buried beyond recovery. Yet reclaiming this brand new world has only just begun.